Up next on the Met Report, we hear a unique voice on campus.
My life, I take her home.
Finals are quickly approaching. We have the tips to help you pass.
And in Emet, we remember one of Denver's most beloved actors.
What a wonderful world.
The RMAC tournament kicked off this week. We'll tell you how the ladies played. The Met Report starts now.
Thank you for joining us on the Met Report. I'm Yenta Eskandari.
And I'm Marcela Chavez.
MSU Denver is making many diverse voices heard through the Visiting Scholar Series. Wendy Mills has more.
MSU Denver in the Department of Communication Arts and Sciences, we've had guests and guest lecturers and visiting scholars for a long time. But in the last 3 years, we've attempted to make that a particularly regular event.
And an event for which Dr. Brendan Kendall, assistant professor at MSU Denver's School of Communication, Arts and Sciences, not only accepted the gauntlet, but has caused to thrive.
Our guest speakers really provide a venue for people to come together and explore important contemporary issues connected to communication. There's a saying that great minds think alike. They also have to meet. Great ideas don't come from a vacuum. Great minds don't work without connection. And after all, we're a Department of Communication. So these are an opportunity for us to connect with others, to hear interesting projects.
The series reflects MSU Denver's passion for diversity.
We intentionally recruit a wide variety of scholars and experts to come and speak to our students. So we've had several scholars and experts of color, as well as a number of women. We look for the best talent in the area and try to involve them in campus. But it's also important that we hear voices that I think are often underrepresented in intellectual life and on college campuses as well.
These talks are a conversation.
The point of having a guest expert, a visiting scholar on campus, is not so much to have them say interesting things, but to have interesting things come out of it. I like to talk to people about conversation. What's the point of a good conversation? It's literally to have it. And while our guests often give lectures and talk to us, we also speak back to them and share ideas.
The Visiting Scholars Series continues in the spring of 2018 on the MSU campus. For the Met Report, Wendy Mills.
We all know that music is the food for the soul. And with activities like open mic, it makes it easy to satisfy this hunger. I talked to a student to see how he incorporates music into his daily life. Let's take a look.
My life, I take her home.
Open mic has been an activity that many students use to express and de-stress themselves. And that's precisely what it did to Shreyas Akira.
If you're having like a lot of classes and if you're really stressed out at school, it's a good stress reliever.
Shreyas has been singing ever since he was small. And although he isn't making a career out of this, he still loves singing and performing.
Our campus offers a lot of events here, and one of them is open mic, which I really love because I've been singing all my life, and it's one of those things that just makes me happy. Yeah, you just go there and sing your heart out, and people are, I mean, no one judges you there. It's just straight fun.
While performing in these events may seem scary to many people, to Shreyas,
it's a great confidence booster. And that helps in other things as well, like at school or talking to other people.
And although he hasn't been able to go as much this year, he still finds a way to participate.
One of my classes exactly gets in the way of going to open mic because it's on a Wednesday from 4 to 6, which is the same time that the open mic is at. So like I've never been able to go. I actually skipped one of my classes. I didn't skip the class. I went halfway with one of my friends and just to go and sing.
For the Met Report, Giovanni Carrillo.
And for those who have not seen the movie It, this event can be missed. The last movie screening will be on Monday, November 27th. The Office of Activities for Students will project the film at the Tivoli Town Hall from 4 to 6 p.m. in the afternoon. Do not miss this opportunity to enjoy the last movie of the semester. For more information, you can reach the Office of Student Activities. And HIV continues to be a lethal disease worldwide, and MSU Denver keeps up with the hard work in order to educate young people about this health issue. World AIDS Day would increase awareness as well as remember those who have died from AIDS and to celebrate the goals accomplished in the fight against HIV. This event will take place on Thursday, November 30th at the Multicultural Lounge from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Fall break is finally here, but that also means that finals are following close behind. The finish line is almost in reach.
Finals are coming up fast, so start hitting those books in the library. There are many different ways to study, and some students shared their own methods. Some do it right before class.
Cram in as much information right before the test as I can, and that way the information is like fresh in my mind.
And others try to make it as simple as possible to minimize the stress.
Simplify it as much as you can because you go over a lot of information and not all of it is relevant, not all of it may be on the final.
The Pomodoro method, or the tomato timer, is also a popular study technique with many variations.
Study at intervals, so it's a little bit easier and so you don't wear yourself out.
With all these different ways of studying, don't forget these helpful tips.
If the class has like review guides or anything like that, I'll use that. If not, I'll just like go over my notes and think of questions that might relate to a certain section or a certain topic. And then I make those questions and try to answer them myself.
Yeah, don't procrastinate and make sure you study for the school material that you need and stay in school.
Well, Yenta, I don't know about you, but I already started studying for finals.
Well, I haven't started studying yet, but I will definitely take those tips and apply those to my studying skills. And next week is Thanksgiving, so I'll probably study then, and hopefully the weather will be nice. Wendy, what do you have for us?
Well, the weather is really nice right now, and as you can see, there's some weather coming into the mountains, though we have nice weather along the front range and all. It's going to be pretty nice, but spoiler alert, it's going to be changing. But it's going to be changing for the better. However, we have a whole bunch of mountain snow coming your way. Right now, it feels like 66 degrees because we really don't have much wind, a little bit of a downsloping wind coming our way. 68 p.m. showers as a cold front comes through, and that's going to kind of change things up for us. Maybe a little precipitation along the front range, but mainly it's going to be a mountain snow event. At noon, almost 70 degrees. Can you believe it? 61 at 4 o'clock, and at 8 o'clock, when the temperatures start going down, you'll see that 43 degrees. But we're looking for chilly skies tonight, chilly temperatures at 26 degrees. We may get some. You may have felt that wind today, those downsloping winds coming your way, but it's going to be real nice. We'll tell you all about up and on the Met report, but we're looking for cooler weekend temperatures. Too cool, however, along the front range. Heavy mountain snow. We'll be talking about that and also your extended outlook coming up in just a wee bit.
Still to come, healthcare prices have increased, as well as the number of uninsured people.
And your cats have one less thing to worry about.
Ballerina.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
Swimming is a fun, enjoyable activity, but it can also be very dangerous if you don't know how to do life-saving skills. And so that's what swimming lessons is. It can be that extra protection against the threats of water. And so here at Aquatot Swim School, it's going to teach those little ones to be confident in the water, having no fear and anxiety. We're going to be working on basic foundational swimming skills. When we are doing our level 3 classes, so this is our foundational class, so they will do some jumping in, turning around, and finding a wall. Swimming year-round helps the kids retain all of their swim skills that they're learned throughout their swimming lessons. So if they're swimming year-round, they are able to keep making that progress without having to track back if they're coming out and going back in.
Juan Arellano, and this is the Templo Futbolero.
Y en esta edición las tenemos en 65 ocasiones, el Colorado, Guadalajara, Denver, Denver, and this is El Templo Futbolero.
The city of Denver is growing, and Denver International Airport is growing with it. Early this week, the Denver City Council agreed to approve a $1.5 billion set of contracts to expand the gates at DIA. This will be the largest gate expansion in the airport's history. 39 gates will be added over the next few years. Concourses A, B, and C could all be affected. On Monday, the Denver City meeting also made the decision to ban the practice of cat declawing. The City Council made the unanimous decision to ban declawing, a practice in which the bones at the end of the cat's paws are surgically removed. Vets provided vivid testimony about the harmful nature of the surgery before the City Council made its decision. The ban on declawing is its first of its kind outside of California.
November 12 was a devastating day for the people of Iran and Iraq. This was the day they got hit by one of the deadliest earthquakes for the year of 2017. This earthquake even surpassed the one that hit Mexico back in September, reaching a magnitude of 7.3 in the Richter scale. Although its destruction mainly affected the border region between Iran and Iraq, its damage was so great that people from Turkey and Pakistan felt this tremor. This devastation left approximately 450 dead and injured more than 7,000 people around the area. For donations, visit the page publicgood.com. And this week of fall break is usually used to do some schoolwork and get ready for finals. But that doesn't mean we can take an activity break to enjoy with family and friends. Yes, the holiday season is finally here, and not only to see those beautiful decorations and the lights, it is also time to go ice skating. The ice rink at Belmar in Lakewood just opened this week, and you can enjoy it from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. The Denver rink between the Arapahoe and 16th Streets will open next Tuesday, November 21st, and can be enjoyed from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
The number of uninsured people has risen this year. This has been attributed to the uncertain future of the Affordable Care Act after recent changes by the Trump administration. Changes to the bill include the Trump administration's announcement to end cost reduction payments to insurance companies, which will increase premiums for 2018. Further complicating matters is the Republicans' push to eradicate the individual mandate, a fine that uninsured people have to pay, which would lower revenue coming into the government. For those students who are worried about the future of this federal health care system, Director of the Health Center at Auraria has some advice.
And so I strongly encourage students to take a close look at the student health insurance plan, and we do encourage students to compare it to the exchange. They're going to see a huge contrast and difference there.
Hi, and it's so exciting, all this weather coming in. If you're a skier, you are going to love this. We have a cold front coming through, however, you can see her up there. She's going to be moving down as we go through the day pretty much, and coming through with the evening where that cold front's going to be moving out, giving us a lot of mountain snow. However, looking for nice skies, and that high front is going to be bringing sunshine and clear weather to us for the weekends, certainly. And I have a big week coming up, but you know, if you are going any place in the mountains, just take a look at I-70. This is the snow you can see up on top, the snow warnings and watches and all. Do be careful about that. There's going to be very winter snow and winter storm driving conditions that you're going to have to deal with as you go through the mountains. Here are some of the snow totals you can see in the pink and in the dark blue. So it's going to be fun. If you're a boarder or if you're a skier, you're going to love it. But do be careful driving up in the mountains. We have 60 degrees for today, and are looking for 62 up north, 63 in the south, and pretty nice weather, seasonable weather, a little bit cooler. 41 degrees, 45, and pretty much all around, but nice seasonable weather. It's going to be chilly, however, tonight with 27 degrees and 31 in the mountains. So do plan on that. Also, forecast temperatures going back up into the high 40s. Nice, and 29 degrees again. We're going to be looking for the evening temperatures getting pretty cool. Tomorrow, look for sunny skies, 48 degrees, and then our 7-day forecast, 65 and 50 degrees, 61. We're doing a little bit of a multilingual forecast here, but we all know what's coming up with the turkey, 63 degrees, beautiful turkey day for you. It's going to be wonderful. And the leaves are pretty much down, but oh my gosh, it's going to be a fantastic time for Thanksgiving. 68 degrees. Yeah, it's beautiful. Now we have some beautiful clouds. I wanted you to check this out. See, they look like waves, and these are some really fun clouds you don't see that often, and they're KH clouds, basically named for the people who came up with how this all happens. And it's kind of akin to wind going over the water, creating waves. Same thing happens in the sky. And see these little curlicues? Some people believe that that is what Vincent van Gogh saw and incorporated into his beautiful painting, Starry Night. So you have art and physics coming together. It's a beautiful thing. If you want to send your pictures, please do on Facebook, Twitter, just on our social media sites. We want to see what you have, and maybe we'll get on the air. Thanks so much, and enjoy your week.
Stand on the edge of the train station platform. Drive around the boom, gets at a level crossing. Run across the tracks between the platforms. They may not rhyme, but they're quite possibly dumbest ways to die.
There's a million dumb ways to die. Don't let it be around buses and trains. Be safe around buses and trains. A message from RTD.
So many dumb ways to die.
Why are you reading that trash? Read the Metrosphere.
Metrosphere is a magazine that highlights art, literature, and culture on the Rayer campus and the surrounding Denver area, created by journalism students while featuring work from English, art, journalism, and design students.
Who are you talking to?
The Met Report has the latest on volleyball, men's and women's soccer, and so much more. Tune in every Friday at 12:30 on Comcast Channel 58 and Campus Channel 20.
I'm Avery Anderson, and I've got your theater forecast on the way with all things theatrical. But first, Emma Dixon was able to get an inside look at a local designer's line during Denver Fashion Week. Take a look.
This past weekend at the Denver Expo Event Center had all the glitz and glamour at Denver Fashion Weekend 2017. Local artists came together to display their fashionable designs.
Behind me is the main stage here at Denver Fashion Week. I know I'm super excited to see what these artists have to show tonight, and I know they're excited to show us off what they've been working on for so long. I was able to talk to a few people and get the inside scoop, and was able to talk to one designer to tell us what he's been working on to show us tonight.
Denver locals gathered at the event center to sit in awe of the variety of elaborate styles.
I'm so excited to be here tonight. I'm here to see my good friend Dwayne Topping and his fabulous collection. Amongst all the other hair designers and fashion designers, I'm just so excited.
I was able to talk to Denver local designer Dwayne Topping about why he feels that local support is so important.
I think the one thing that Denver has is diversity, and this is one place where you can celebrate that in a real safe environment because we're all supportive. The Denver fashion world is a big family, and it's really nice to know that you can make it accessible because so often fashion on the runway is not accessible. But I know myself personally, that's one of my goals is to make that accessible, and the fact that everybody comes out to support it, amazing, absolutely amazing.
So don't forget to support your local artists like Dwayne and their artistic pursuits. For the Met Report, Emma Dixon.
Well, Emma, thank you so much. That looks great. And like I said, I promised a theater forecast, so here it is. And oh my gosh, there's so much theater going on. If you're here in Denver, Rent 20th anniversary is going to be here until Sunday, so make sure to check that out. If you want to head up onto Boulder to see Annie, of course, the classic Orphan is here for the holidays at Boulder Dinner Theater. Hi Hat Hattie, this one you definitely want to check out. Anna High is starring one-woman show of this just amazing Denver girl. You'd want to check that out for sure. If you want to go all the way into the mountains to Lake Dillon to see Murder 4-2, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but might be a little murderous. A couple special things to check out. Of course, our very own Nightly Met Christmas special, December 19th, 6 p.m. All those proceeds benefit the Denver Actors Fund, so you want to be there. A very vintage holiday soiree, of course, that's going to be a fun time. It's a soiree, 2 p.m. December 10th at the Clock Tower Cabaret. And lastly, of course, the monthly film series for the Denver Actors Fund. This month, we're going to watch Elf. So make sure you come watch Elf, see some of the preview for Harry Connick Jr.'s show at Longmont Theater Company, and have some fun at the Alamo Draft House. I mean, there's so many fun things to do this holiday season. I would definitely suggest you come and, hang out with us at one of these events. They are just so many great things to do and benefiting so many different groups. So it's truly going to be a lot of fun. Now, 4 shows to keep in mind for the holiday season. Of course, Christmas Carol over at the Denver Center. This is the 25th anniversary of it, so it should be pretty interesting and fun. This is the first year ever. Tiny Tim is being played by a little girl as well, so check that out. Over in Johnstown, you're going to check out Beauty and the Beast at Candlelight Dinner Playhouse. So if you don't want to maybe do a Christmas or holiday theme, but just have a fun show, you definitely want to watch that. Over at the Denver Center as well, First Date, a romantic musical comedy. So pretty much my dating life, except without the musical parts. That's going to be a fun one. Now, all the way through April 22nd. So if you want to see that, you definitely can. And lastly, at Theater Works in Colorado Springs is Santaland Diaries. Now, this is a very hit holiday show, so it's being played all throughout the state and the country, but I wanted to highlight this one because it's directed by Jeffrey Kent, who is coming off an amazing production of The Foreigner at the Arvada Center. So if you have time to make it down to Colorado Springs, I would definitely suggest checking out Santaland Diaries. Now, one last very special event I would like to mention would be this Monday night, 7 p.m. at the Arvada Center, is the Celebration of Life for Daniel Langhoff. Langhoff passed away recently from cancer, and we are going to have a celebration of his life that day. If you would like to donate directly to his fund, to his wife and his children, you can do that through the Denver Actors Fund, but take a look at some of his memories.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Friday, everyone. I am Luna, and thank you for joining me for a MSU Denver sports update. The volleyball team started the RMAC tournament this week against the Mesa State Mavericks. They already defeated the Mavericks twice last week, one at home and an impressive road victory. But could they make it 3 straight against the Mavericks? It was a hot start for the Roadrunners with an early 7-1 lead, but getting a little too comfortable in the first set against the Mavericks, and they would rally back late to cut the lead down 23-20. This point from Taylor Duryea would seal the first set at 25-22. Duryea again, she had a big day finishing with 13 kills and 4 blocks. The Roadrunners win the second set 22-12. The third set would be a closer battle with 2 lead changes and 5 ties, but the Roadrunners complete the sweep 25-21. That's 3 straight against the Mavericks, and the ladies advance to the RMAC semifinals. Taylor Duryea, tell them how you feel.
Finish. We don't need to do anything crazy or different, just little adjustments. We need to talk more and just finish, and it came down to us just doing our job.
The volleyball squad will play Colorado School of Mines later today, so be sure to support your Lady Roadrunners. Switching gears now, basketball season is finally back, and both the men and women's basketball team opened their seasons last weekend. The women's team traveled down to Texas to face Texas A&M University Commerce for the opener. Senior Georgia Ordorf with a near double-double. She posted 19 points and 8 rebounds, but it was not enough as they lose 67-70. Ordorf would lead the Roadrunners once again with 14 points against Lubbock Christian, but they lose 71-53 off the back-to-back. The fellows were also in Texas last weekend, and just like the ladies, they lose their first 2 games. Alec Williams led Metro with 17 points against Tarleton State, and the following night, the other Williams, Cameron Williams, was the high point man with 24 points and 5 assists. The men and women's team will have their home opener the day after Thanksgiving, and they can use some serious home cooking at the Auraria Event Center. When you think about sports, basketball, football, and baseball and the like come to mind, but one Auraria campus student tells us why cycling is so special.
Cycling is a sport that tests your mental capacity, pushes you to your max, and leaves you with an empowering feeling. A feeling that CU Denver student Cyrus Perot is all too familiar with.
They say no pain, no gain, but it really is through that pain that you get growth on the other side. And I find it immensely rewarding.
Good job, good job.
Aside from the mental gains, Cyrus says being able to see the world and team camaraderie are the best parts.
It's a great way to see the country. Races take place in beautiful.
Oh, well, that's all the time we have this week on the Met Report. Don't forget to tune in every Friday on Campus Channel 20 and Comcast Channel 58. Be sure to check us out on Facebook and Twitter on mymetmedia.com.